ஹாய் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் குட்டீஸ், அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். வெல்கம் டு மை சேனல். முயற்சித்தால் வாழ்வில் பிரகாசிக்கலாம். நாம முழுமதியாக. இன்னைக்கு வீடியோவில் நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா, டே 25 வீடியோவில் ஹார்ட்ஃபுல்னஸில் நடந்த ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் வீடியோ நான் உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணியிருந்தேன். அதில் நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன் ஒருத்தரோட ஸ்பீச் ரொம்ப சூப்பராக இருந்தது, அதை நான் ஸ்பெஷல் வீடியோவாக போடுறேன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். அந்த வீடியோ தான் இன்னைக்கு. நான் எல்லாரோட வீடியோவும் நான் ரொம்ப பெருசாக எடுக்கல, கிளிம்ஸ் மாதிரி எடுத்துகிட்டு இருந்தேன். அப்போ எனக்கு இவரோட வீடியோ எடுத்துகிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அவர் சொன்ன அந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், மெடிடேஷனுக்கும் அந்த இஸ்லாமுக்கும் எவ்வளோ ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறத அவர் அவ்வளோ அழகாக எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணி, அவங்களோட ப்ரேயர் எப்படி என்னங்கிறதெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணும்போது எனக்கு ஃபோனை கீழே வைக்கணும்னே தோணலை. நான் அதனால தான் ஃபுல்லாக எடுத்துட்டேன் அவர் பேசினது. அதுதான் உங்களுக்கு நான் அப்படியே ஷேர் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். இங்கே வீடியோவை ஸ்கிப் பண்ணாமல் ஃபுல்லாக பாருங்கள், நீங்களும் என்ன மாதிரியே ஃபீல் பண்ணுவீங்க. அவ்வளோ இன்ட்ரெஸ்டாக இருந்தது அவரோட ஸ்பீச்சு.
I think I should say good morning. Namaskar and Assalamu alaikum. By profession I am a banker, but basically I am from the education field. I have done the doctorate from Jawaharlal University, Delhi. Yesterday, one of my team member, Mr. Pushkar, told me that this type of the gathering is going to be organized over here. So I thought that, and it is about the meditation. So I thought that meditation, it is the main thing in Islam. I tell you how. Islam, if I say Islam, so Islam, the person who practices Islam, he is called Muslim. And you know that what is the exact meaning of Islam? Islam is submission to the will of Almighty. This is the literal meaning of Islam. And the person who submit himself to the will of God completely, he is called Muslim. And as you know that there are 5 pillars of Islam. So I tell you, the first pillar is Shahada. That is called Kalma. Kalma means statement. And statement is what? Statement is an oath. I take the oath that I will submit myself to the will of God. If I do not submit myself to the will of God, I am not a Muslim. This is called La ilaha illallah. It means I will not go to anybody. I will not follow the instructions of anybody except Almighty. This is the oath. This is the oath is taken. You know that when we join some organization, so what do we take the oath? That we will follow the rules and regulations and the instructions which would be given to us by this particular organization. I am employed to this organization. Just like that. I am the employee to God. What has been told to me to do, I will do that. And even I will not follow my own will. The person who follows his own will, even he is not the Muslim. Everything which has been told by God, that only would be followed in each and every spectrum of life. Either it is marriage, either it is business, either it is my own life and my own practices. Whatever has been told to me, I will do that. That is called Shahada, Kalma. And the second thing, Namaz, Roza, Hajj, Zakat. These are 4 other pillars. Hajj is due only you have the money. If you have the money, that amply money if you have, then you can go there if you have enough money. And you know that Hajj, why? Because the people from the whole part of the world, they come and gather there. This is the first concept of United Nations. You sit there, you think about that. In Mina, the people live for 2 days or 3 days, you don't know. This is the main part of Hajj. In Mina, the people stay for 2 to 3 days. It is just meet and think about the world. What are the problems and what we can do for the world. Zakah we do. If we have the enough money, I love my money, but I have to give 2.5% of my money to the needy people. Roza, I should understand, I should realize that what the people think and what the people feel if they are hungry. When they are hungry, when they are thirsty. If I do not have this feeling, if I could not develop this feeling, that my roza are useless. So this is, and now comes the main part of this talk, that is namaz. Namaz, you know that namaz is the combination of 2 words, I just let you know. Nam plus aj, namaz. And this is the totally Indian origin, I will say. Namaz. I nam Nam means you know that मैं माथा टेकता हूँ. Okay. I num to Ajanma. Nobody has created him. He is from himself. He is the Almighty. He has created all. Nobody has created him. So मैं उसको. Otherwise in Arabic it is called Salah, but in India it is called namaz. So you know that what's the particular word for this Islam is told. It is called Deen Qayyam. The proper name is Deen Qayyam, and Deen means dharma, and Qayyam means Sanatan, which is always straight, always from the beginning to end. It is always Sanatan Dharma. The exact meaning of that is Deen Qayyam. This is the thing, and you know that as I told you about the namaz. Namaz, this is the meditation, 3-dimensional meditation. It is not one dimension. This is 3-dimensional. The first dimension is God realization, Almighty realization, and the second thing is self-realization. And you know that everybody, you know that you practice this meditation, so you know that you realize yourself, okay, inner self. So divine realization, the God realization, the self-realization, and the third thing is yoga. You do that. This is the practice. And how come? I will come on this one. Second, you know that our Guru, Allama Sayyid Abdullah Tariq is in India. When he first visited to IIM Allahabad, okay, you know that, and the director of that time in 1990, when he explained about the namaz and meditation and everything, so the director told his students that you people should understand that what is namaz and you should practice, because that will give you the proper, you know, that your decisive power, your controlling power. This gives you, you know, that why we are disturbed, why we are frustrated, because we do not do the meditation properly, we do not realize ourselves, we do not realize our inner being, we do not realize the will of God, we do not realize the things which are happening all around. When you realize all these things, then the frustration will not come, will never come. So, in namaz, you know that the namaz, as I told you, that these things, roza, when you are adult, then it is mandatory for you. When you have enough money, then zakah is mandatory for you. When you have enough money, then hajj is mandatory for you. When this shahada is everybody for that. But namaz starts, they say, the God said that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that when the child is of 7 years only, then it starts namaz. Why? Why it should be started from that age? Why? Because when he will start practice, so it will take some time to get mature. You know that as I was speaking to Mr. Sanjay, he was telling me that some of the people, they say, okay, we want to learn this meditation. And after a few days, you know that they get, the people who continues, they get the benefit of it. But who leaves in between, they do not get the benefit of it. So you know that it needs practice to make yourself perfect. So when the child starts from the age of 7, then when the age comes of puberty, or you can say that when he becomes adult, then he becomes perfect in this one. Because the meditation needs time to get perfect. And even the Muhammad Sahib said, if you want to get the perfection, then you should follow this for at least 40 days. And you know that. So I was coming to this point of namaz. So as I told you that this is 3-dimensional. Yes, it is 3-dimensional. When I start, you know that how it starts. I say, I realize myself that I am standing in front of God. You know that the Muhammad Sahib said that when you start namaz, so you just think that you are seeing the God. But the God is shapeless, He is formless, He is colorless. How can I imagine it? So then he said, you cannot imagine Him, so you just imagine that He is seeing you. He is seeing you, and wherever you are, He is there and He is seeing you. So then my namaz starts that inni wajjahtu wajhiya lillazi fataras samawati wal ard. Means कि मैं उसके सामने खड़ा हूं, I am standing in front of that God who has created the whole universe. Then this is called the God realization. Then I realize myself that I have been created by God and I am standing in front of Him. Nobody is there, me and God, that's it. Then I have to detach myself from the all worldly things. You know that worldly things, you know that there's a one poetry about, you must be known about Allama Iqbal, right? Allama Iqbal, there was a one poet, Ghalib, you must have listened about that. Ghalib, Allama Iqbal was a very great poet and very famous poet, and his saying is, जो मैं सर बसजदा हुआ कभी, whenever I bored, जो मैं सर बसजदा हुआ कभी, तो जमीन से आने लगी सदा, there was a voice from the earth, okay, तो जमीन से आने लगी सदा, तेरा दिल तो है सनम आशना, तुझे क्या मिलेगा नमाज में? It means you are somewhere else. You are not the God. You are not here. You are not concentrated. You have not meditated yourself. Then you would not get anything from the mass. So first is the realization that I am in front of the God and I have been detached myself from the whole world and worldly things. First, I should realize this. If I should not realize this, if I should not experience this, my namaz does not start. First I have to concentrate myself that I am in front of my Almighty and I am here. Then my chanting starts. This is self-realization. That I am in front of God. Or you know that was there, you must have listened somewhere, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, means I realize myself. This is the self-realization. Alhamdulillah, hey God, whatever you have given, most of the people does not have that. Most of the people does not have hands. Most of the people does not have legs. Most of the people does not have two times of meal. Most of the people does not have this. Most of the people does not have that. If I do not realize that, then the thankfulness does not come out. The thankfulness comes out when I realize that what I have, what others doesn't have. This is called the thankfulness. And then I seek the guidance from God. Seek the guidance from God. God, show me the right path. So this is the guidance from the God. Is the God please show me the. So this is the self-realization and God realization. Simultaneously, both of the things are going together. I'm seeking the realization myself. I realize myself that what is there, and then I, you know that if there is a word because you know that this is the common recitation which is done in each and every rakah. So there is one of Dali. It means just make me save or save me from the diverted path which others did and they were destroyed. This is the which I see. This is the self-realization. You know that he was telling me that we do the cleansing. Right? We do the cleansing. This is the cleansing. I remind myself that what wrong I did. The last day, what wrong I did some moments before. So willingly or not willingly, if something happens, so please make me safe out of that consequences. So this is the self-realization. This is the cleansing, inner self-cleansing. We do that and we just seek the help from the God. Please God, you know that I cannot do myself, you only with the help of you. So this is the self. So this is the God realization, this is the self-realization. And you know that why do we do this 5 times? Because you know that this starts from the beginning of the day. That I submit myself to the will of God. That the God, now I'm going to start my day. So please save me. Please protect me from the unbelieving things. And then the mid of the day comes. Then I realize myself and then I remind myself. And this is the charging of soul. My battery gets exhausted after some hours. You know that we get engaged in some worldly things. Then my battery gets exhausted or my attention gets diverted into some worldly thing. So then again I have to make myself realize that no, I'm just in front of God. That I have to get my battery charged after a few hours. Whatever it is, if I am engaged in my business, if I am engaged in my other worldly things, whatever and wherever I am engaged, I have to recharge my battery. This is the recharging of soul. So this in meditation gives you the recharging of soul. That yes, I am in front of God, and this is the realization, and this reminding and these reminders are given to me that yes, I have to do that, and this gives me the recharging my soul. So this is the meditation which gives us, and that has very much important in Islam, as I told you. If you are sick, you cannot leave namaz. If you cannot stand, sit down and practice the namaz. If you cannot sit, if you are in the hospital, just do with the with your thoughts and with your just mumbling or something. And as I told you about it is the part of yoga, right? So you know that there are three main asanas, four main asanas. First is standing like that, okay? So then when I realize myself, realize the God, and then come its ruku like that. So I stretch myself, stretch from the heel towards the head. Stretch, I give the stretch to my body. So it will heal up your backbone. And then you must have seen the sajda when they go to the ground. So it also gives us this spontaneous in this one. That's when the people have this neck problem. So these things, this is the yoga also. And then we sit in the Vajra asana. That then we chant something. So this chanting is nothing. This is just realization of God and realization of the presence of God and realization of oneself. And that the meditation, when the meditation starts, then when the meditation starts from the beginning, it is when the world was created, at that time it was. And that when the Quran was revealed, that I was discussing with Mr. Sanjay at that time even. When there was, every type of the disturbance and this separation and unlawful things were there in Makkah. So Muhammad Sahib was unable to understand that what should I do. So he went to Ghar Hira, Cave Hira, you must have listened about that, in Makkah. It's at the tip of the some hill. Okay, I don't know, that is Pahad, there is a hill. So he went there, he sat there, he realized himself and he concentrated, he meditated that God, what should I do, what should I do? Then the Quran revealed that what should you do. So these instructions were given to him time to time, that what you should do at every sphere of life. So these things, so this is that much importance of meditation is there. If you do not have the meditation, if you do not have the meditating power, if you do not meditate, if you do not realize yourself and God, your namaz is useless. You would not get that much of benefit which you should get. So that is the importance of meditation. We should realize it. So in this way, that you have many of your friends who are Muslims, okay? So we can have this mutual discussion with them that this is the importance of meditation in Islam. So I have been given, that I can tell you more and more things about that, but that is the short span of time which was given to me. So I thought that I should share my feelings and something which is very important and which is very much common. Which should I tell you and which should I share? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zubair. I think it was very enlightening. A lot of information to a lot of us who are unaware of what Islam preaches, and it is so amazing that all the roads lead to one destination. And as I have discussed with Mr. Zubair and Mr. Nabil, that in future we are planning to do an event where we would like to have people from different religions and different faiths to come on one platform and have an open discussion about how important meditation is in every field, in every religion, and we need to rise ourselves from the stage where we are right now to a better stage so that the world can become a very, very peaceful place and we can be in service to everybody and anybody. Thank you, Mr. Zubair. Thank you.
என்ன ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், பார்த்தீங்களா? உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததா, எப்படி இருந்ததுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு மறக்காமல் கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். ஓகே ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த வீடியோ இதோட முடியுது. நாளைக்கு வேறு ஒரு புது முயற்சியோடு உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். வாழ்த்துங்கள், வளர்கிறோம் முழுமதியாக. நன்றி, வணக்கம், பாய்.